This is Geo Creations. Portrait painting is one of the most important and renowned forms of visual art. Some of the greatest artworks ever produced resembled some of the most famous and infamous people in history. The creation and expression of the emotional and physical states of the human face are very powerful and potent forms of art. While many famous portraits are painted, it's not just limited to that medium. Lithography, inking, and graphite all can be used to create human resemblances. It is worth noting that good portrait art isn't just a representation of the physical form. It is intended to convey the inner essence of that individual. Take, for instance, this self-portrait by Ulrich Dürer. He got into a bit of trouble with this image. He painted this self-portrait very much resembling the European depiction of Christ. But that wasn't all. Most European portrait art had the head at what is called a three-quarter turn. Dürer's willingness to buck convention got him a lot of fans and a lot of criticism. It also gives the viewers a sense of his rebellious nature. I'd like to close out this portrait introduction by telling a brief story about Teddy Roosevelt. He commissioned during his first term his presidential portrait, which, upon its completion, he hated so much he had it destroyed. He had decided to ask the famous painter John Singer Sargent to complete a new presidential portrait. For weeks, Roosevelt and Sargent hung out, and he struggled to complete the president's newly commissioned portrait. Eventually, Roosevelt's temper got the better of him. As he stormed down the staircase, he asked about Sargent's progress on the work. Sargent, who was also losing his patience, shot back that he didn't think the president knew why he needed to pose for a portrait. Roosevelt planted his hand on the balustrade post, turned to the artist and said, "Don't I?" in a forceful tone. It was then Sargent knew he had finally seen the man he needed to immortalize. This story further communicates the role that an artist serves as a bit of a magician, capturing a bit of a person's soul in their portrait work and not just their resemblance. Thank you for your time, and good luck.